for A-Game TV, and we're at the A-Game 8th Annual Father and Son Day Carnival. Well, let's talk to some of the fathers out here. Well, here comes a grandfather at least. Can you come over and say a couple of words for A-Game?
Dad, can I have this?
Boy, put that down.
You want to talk to me? Whoa, this 28-year-old body sure don't work like it used to.
28? You look more like you're 78.
Dad, can I go in there?
I can't afford that.
Can I have this horse?
Oh, you done broke the merry-go-round.
Dad, can I have this?
Come save me down here today. This boy done took all my energy.
Wow, you really should try A-Game. It's an all-natural solution that's gonna give you the energy and pep you need to keep up with that young whippersnapper you got there.
Can I have this?
Oh, who's gonna pay for all this? Hey, can y'all take a two-party out-of-state check?
Here, try some. Wow, that really turned you into a super dad.
Yeah, and with all this energy, I'm really about to enjoy my father's time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another super dad. This is Norin for A-Game TV signing off. Remember, stay on your A-Game.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello, how's everybody doing? You know, one thing in that commercial that I didn't notice before was that the guy had his little house shoes on. Like them little slip-in house shoes. Why are you at the carnival with the house shoes on? Okay, so we're going to take a look at the interview between Lori Harvey and Teyona Taylor. Everybody was kind of talking about it. And I said, well, let me go and look at it. And I watched it. And it wasn't such a spectacular interview, like nothing groundbreaking was said in the interview. But it was a look at the mindset of women. Like, we know, and I did a show on it before, we know that Lori Harvey is like the queen hyena right now. Like, all the other hyenas hail her as some type of goddess that young women should be patterning themselves after. Thank you, Heal You. That young women should be patterning themselves after. And what's being done is the folly that so many other black women have made before her. She's playing it out in front of everybody. I don't get the hype with Lori Harvey either, Stay Fly. I don't know why these chicks, I think half these chicks is in love with Lori. They want Lori. Let's just be real. Half these chicks out here, they lusting after Lori. That's why they vicariously glad that she's getting ran through by men, because she's not running anything. She getting ran through by these men. Hopefully she'll get him a chance, because these chicks is out here, they on the down low. Try to talk about the men on the down low. These chicks is out here on the down low. Okay? And I don't know why she's getting all of this top billing. She don't do nothing but get ran through in Hollywood. Like, that's her superpower right now. Being a cute chick that's getting ran through by the industry dudes. Like, that's her claim to fame. And that in and of itself is telltale that that's why she gets all of this notoriety from the hyena community. She's got the worst example, which is her mom, able to go out here and be a 304 and land a Steve Harvey. That's what Lori think her fate gotta be. She can do this until she old, and then it'll be a Steve Harvey somewhere waiting in the wings to finally wipe her up and make her life good. No, Steve is her stepfather, Celine. So I'm going to be going through this interview. I'm going to stop it at key points. So we can actually go through it.
I don't know who she is. Because she's not here anymore.
She's not.
This is who we're dealing with today.
All right,
This is crazy.
we got to get to her.
In here. That's right. That's right. Oh my God. So, all right. So we getting straight to it.
Okay.
Okay. Got my little Bumble cue card. I'm dead. Okay. So, what was one of the most important flags, red or green, that you looked for upon meeting someone? Red or green?
Okay, let's go green. I would say just like transparency and like openness, communication, not trying to beat around the bush or act like you want something that you maybe really don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like really you got 20 other people that you're entertaining. Like it's like, you know, just be open and honest about what it is, what you're doing, because then I feel like that gives you an opportunity to make a conscious decision about what you want to do.
Because we might be on the same wave.
Yeah.
So please, help yourself.
Cut the games.
Yeah, just cut it.
Cut the
Just
games.
Just cut
the
it.
games.
Okay, so if you had a red, what would it be?
I would say if you're too close to your exes, that's a red flag. It's like,
Cordial, cool.
Cordial, okay, you speak. I don't want y'all to have beef yet, okay? Because then that gets messy.
So how would you take it if it was genuine? Nah. You know, yeah, it's like...
It's not adding up for me.
It's not. Because I feel like if y'all gonna be that level of close, then we don't need to be doing this. Like, y'all should still try and probably figure that out or work that out.
Yeah, then also, too, it's like, on the flip, how would you feel? Are you cool if I'm still cool with my exes?
And that's my thing. Don't dish what you can't take.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that. Okay, well, on a more positive note, what make you feel powerful, like, when dating?
Not compromising my values and like my standards and my requirements.
Yeah.
I think it just also depends too, like where you guys are at in that stage of the relationship, because sometimes like you gotta just make sure you're giving it to the right person. I think that's important, because it's like when you start giving it to the wrong person, it's gonna like drain you.
But then when you know it's the right person, because everybody have on a mask in the beginning.
Before I let the clucking continue, before I let this continue, because this is all that I'm hearing so far. Let's stop and talk about it. Matter of fact, let me come back. I'm just gonna come back. That's all I heard in that whole thing. She mentioned values as if that was something that she has. Not compromising. I peeped that hat, Celine, over God, under God over you. Exactly. She doesn't want to compromise her so-called values and standards. Define values and standards. See, these chicks like to throw out these words that sound good, that sound like she know what she talking about, that sounds like she know how to be a woman, that sounds like she got stuff figured out and she know it. You gonna hear us say it later on about finding yourself and finding what I like and da-da-da-da-da. But I thought you already had a value system in place. I thought you already had a value system in place that you weren't going to compromise with anybody and your standards and your requirements. These are the same chicks that don't think that men should have standards and requirements for them that they have to meet in order to get into a relationship with them, in order to maintain a relationship with them, in order to do any of this other stuff. These are the same chicks that feel like, you know what? Why do I need to do anything in this relationship? Don't compromise. What does that even mean? Like, if you ask half these chicks what these words mean in context, like, what are y'all talking about? Compromise what? You don't have any intent when you doing stuff. You just out here floating around with the next dude that look halfway decent, that's got a few dollars rubbing around in his pocket, that say hi to you and treat you nice for 20 minutes. That y'all bumping around with these dudes. That's all you doing. There's no intent behind it. There's no focus. There's nothing. You're not trying to do anything. Thank you, Jihad. You're not trying to do nothing. You're not trying to get married. You're not trying to be serious. You're not walking into things like, okay, these are the things, these are the standards and the values that my father and my family put into me. And this is what I choose to live by. And according to that, I am trying to get chosen by the men that is most closely aligned with the value system that I have been given. Problem is, she is getting dudes that's closely aligned to her value system because she's in the lost value system. The one that didn't align is the one she couldn't keep. That's the one that didn't align with that system. Red flags. You too close with your exes. Because when y'all chicks is close with y'all exes, y'all be still screwing them. Is that why? Is that why that's a red flag? Because you know if you still talking to your ex, that means something going on. That means he still got access to you. Because when I got married, it wasn't no such thing as an ex was able to come around, able to call, able to get access to me at all. If I was, dating you back in high school or, back that first little semester of college, you don't got my number. You can't call me. We not in contact. You will not be allowed to interfere in my relationship and what I got going on right now because you are out of there. Me and you don't rock. We don't rock. Whatever little fling we had when I was 18, 19, that's done. We done with that. Because if it was something serious and it was something to hold on to, you still be over here. And since we not in each other's face, that means we want nothing. I am somewhere else with a man that is my husband that thought enough of me to choose me and lock me down. I do not have time to be dipping back and forth. You dipping back. Well, I wonder what he doing. You wonder what he doing. Go ahead on over that end. Since you so curious about what your exes is doing and what your exes is talking about. If you don't have no children with them, I don't know what you talking about. If that wasn't an ex-marriage that you had and then there were children, You know, and y'all still need to contact each other about the kids. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, thank you, Dee. So let the Church of Crimson Cure say amen. Usually playing in the background. Y'all silly. Let's go back.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So like overall, like what stage of dating do you feel like you start seeing people's true colors? That's the even better question. Because what if you blocking your blessings? What if you, see, that's the thing. We talk about like following us, following our heart, following that feeling, but at the same time, have a whole bunch of requirements on what a person should be. So how do we know like which ones are like, am I being too harsh or am I being?
Well, I think like there's some superficial requirements that like, okay, we can kind of, you can cut down on those. You can compromise on some of those because it's like, okay, that's not really important. If it's somebody who's genuinely like a really good person, they care about you, they have your best interests at heart, then I feel like, okay, we can compromise on some of those things. But I think like, as long as you're not compromising on like your core values and beliefs and like.
That's it. That's it. Okay. Describe how taking control improves the overall dating experience.
Before we let her talk about hyena control, these chicks be on here just running their mouths. It's unbelievable. My brain must have flipped over at least 3 separate times while I was listening to this video the first time. Okay? You got Lori Harvey on here, ain't never been married. Now, you would think, okay, Crimson Cure, that ain't so bad. She just 25. And maybe it ain't. But it's kind of bad because she's in an ideal situation from the standpoint of who her parents are, where she's at, being young, being a good-looking girl. She's got every reason to be a lioness and making every excuse to be a hyena. Now, mind you, Teyona ain't so much better, but Teyona is married. Yet she kikiing with the single chick about that same stuff. But whatever Teyona did might not have been the same stuff Lori's doing because Teyona is married. Now, I don't know about the quality of their relationship or the things that go on in it because I don't follow them. I don't pay attention and, you know, it's whatever to me. But I know that she's married. But I'm going to let, y'all got to hear this next goofy part right here.
I think you'll just be happier at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm very much in a space right now where I'm not doing anything that's going to compromise my peace and happiness.
Period.
So I think just taking control, making sure you like maintain your power, don't give your power away to anybody, that I feel like is the key to like truly being happy in or out of a relationship.
What's one thing you know now?
I gotta cook that because that was dumb. I gotta cook that because that was silly, y'all. That was silly, y'all. If these chicks out here, including Lori, if that were true, all of y'all in the hyena clan would be happy. Yes? Because you attempt to maintain and take control in every relationship and in every situation. Yet y'all are the main ones that sit on social media all day complaining and whining and crying about men and what men ain't doing and what men got to do for you and the quality of these men out here, and you can't get chosen by a man that you want and of a certain quality because yada, 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 yada. Everything that the men are doing wrong. Thank you, Wiggy Will. So she didn't want the relationship. She just wanted the flex of breaking up with MBJ to appear to be more fly instead of prepping herself to be a wife. Yet all of this stuff is just this superficial. I'm not doing anything that compromises my peace and happiness. Define peace and happiness. What's peace and happiness? Because if y'all hyenas knew what peace and happiness was, you'd be peaceful and you'd be happy. And those are the two things that you are not. Y'all some of the most chaotic individuals. You are mad at the world. You're not peaceful. You're not happy. You're unhappy. You're bitter. You're mad. You go through life upset. You upset at everybody because you think it's everybody else's fault that you're in the condition that you are in. Now, what Lori doesn't understand, what she trying her best not to understand, is that her currency is limited and it's running out. The currency of a woman's beauty and her age run out quickly. Nobody's saying this to be mean. The currency of my beauty and age has gone. I'm 44. I'm not 24. I'm not 18. I'm not 19. I'm not 21 like I was before. Only difference was I knew my currency would run out. So I and the lionesses in here, because I got plenty of older women in here in their 30s, in their 40s that are married. And we understood that the currency runs out. So what we did was we put ourselves in position to get chosen by somebody so that we wouldn't be out here in the street. Because if you're not a wife, you're going to be a hoe. That's it. Because these streets will make you a whore. It'll make you a whore. Thank you, Child of Light, said you still fine. Thank you so much. So the lucid experience, the sole pursuit of happiness will only lead to your eventual demise. Feelings change like a tide's ebbs and flows. Yeah. We understood. Me, the lionesses in here that's married, y'all can put a 1 in the chat if you want to. We understood that when we hit them 30s, 40s, 50s and stuff like that, first of all, we didn't want to be alone. Okay? Second of all, we weren't trying to be out here struggling and doing all this other stuff. Listen, I need some help. And I want the companionship. And I'm not one of these strong, independent women. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm pretty now. I'm young now. Yeah, it's popping right now. And maybe it'll be popping later. But I'm not trying to find out how popping it is in these streets. I'm not trying to find out. I don't have to be in these streets. I'm not really built for the street. I'm not a whore. I don't want to be. I don't want to be tossed around from man to man. I don't want, this guy, all of these meaningless, empty interactions with these men. I don't want that. I knew that at 15, 16. I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew I was a wife. I knew I was. I don't care what kind of childhood I had. I don't care none of that. I knew I was a wife. I knew I was not built. Like I even seen the young 304s that I was going to school with and how they was moving. I wasn't built like that. And I'm certain that the lionesses in my chat room and within the sound of my voice had a similar thought pattern at some point in their youth. I'm not built like that. And I don't want to be built like that. I'm built to have a deep, meaningful relationship with somebody. And that's what I want. And that's what I'm going to try to get myself to be. And we succeeded in that. We were young when the men came calling. And we wasn't so dumb as to be like, oh, I'm young and pretty. I can pass you up. Oh, I'm young and pretty. I can pass you up. Oh, I'm doing me. I'm in school. I got a job. I'm looking for my career. We wasn't stupid enough to keep passing them and passing them and passing them because you think one more gonna be around the corner. And it wasn't out of desperation. It was just out of understanding. It was out of understanding that it runs out. We wasn't always holding out. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero to the end of the night. Like, we wasn't constantly passing up. Hey, if we ran up on that one and he was checking them boxes off, we was like, yeah, you check off more than enough boxes. We coming in with you. Could there be another man better than him in the world? I'm sure that there is. But am I going to meet him and is he going to want me? That's the question. Maybe not. Just because there's a better man don't mean I got access to him. So we took the men that wanted us, and we made a life work with that man. Thank you, Miss Celine said being non-select long-term was a blessing for me. It was. All we did was have patience as women. We just had patience. It'll be one come along. We'll find him. He'll find us. All we have to do is stand by our values and principles as women. And there will be a man that see the value in that and want to cultivate the value of it. Lori doesn't understand this yet. And she'll be the main. She thinks she gonna do what her mama did. Get older, and then there'll be a simp waiting to wipe her down. And maybe, but maybe not. That don't have to be. That's a rare instance. That's a rare occurrence. That's not no common occurrence. Because the fact of the matter is, the men that are around Lori, that are in Lori's circle, that would have been within her reach to become a wife to those high value men, they've created a consensus about Lori. Do we understand what I'm talking about today? They come into a consensus about, see, she thought it was a flex that she broke up with Michael B. Jordan. That's probably one of the first nails in her coffin. Oh, you couldn't keep that, brother? This is a young, successful, handsome brother that want to be in a relationship. You Lori Harvey. Folks is pining after you. You young. You cute. You yourself got where you got your daddy's money. And you couldn't keep a man that wanted to be kept by you. You couldn't keep a relationship. See, you running around here getting ran through, and don't nobody care about that. You couldn't keep a relationship. Cardi B is out here married. Married. Okay? With a T at the end. She married. Cardi B is out here married. Doing housework. Offset put on blast. I don't cook, I don't clean, but he got the ring. He put her on blast. He said, yes, you do cook and clean. Look at you right now with a broom in your hand. Right now with a broom in your hand, sweet. You clean my house. She be running around that house with rollers on, house shoes, and cleaning up. And you got Lori couldn't keep a relationship with a man that was trying to keep her. Michael was trying to keep her. We gonna come back and we gonna cook the rest of these little mindsets because it's really stupid. This is dumb, but it need to be stated in real time because I need the young ladies to actually pay attention to this. But after these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Spanky Hayes, and I want to say something, whether it's comedy, acting, or just in general real life. I use my A game. I gotta have the A game. I pack it in every pocket. I got one pill in every pocket and every pair of pants I got. Listen, entertaining y'all is hard sometimes. I gotta fly to Dallas, then to Denver, then to New York, then to LA, then to Detroit. Come on, man. That tires me out. I just take the A game now. I don't have that problem no more. I usually barely don't sleep because I'm entertaining y'all. I'm in the studio all night with the A game. And trust me, when I come home from the studio, my woman gets to feel the real pleasure of the A game. You see, I'm smiling. Watch this. Hey, baby.
Hey, babe.
Guess what I just took? A game, A game, A game, A game. I'm gonna meet you upstairs, all right?
Oh, okay. We're gonna get back to cooking Lori and this stupid mindset. But in order to do it properly, I'm going to have to get on my A game. And I'm going to need everybody else to get on their A game as well. Today's special Sunday show is being brought to you exclusively by A Game, which is the male herbal solution. It addresses his overall health. Okay, it increases his vitality, his energy, his strength, and his libido. There is no better product like this on the market. And I'm saying that not just because I'm being sponsored by A Game, but because it is the truth. It is the truth. And you can ask the men who have taken it in the chat. There are men in my life that I know personally who take A Game all the time. They swear by it. They know that they have been improved by A Game. So if you want to be improved by A Game and you want to be part of the A Game family, all you got to do is click the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com. Please don't forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10, and you can have this sent to you ASAP. Okay? I want to come back to something that she said about disturbing a peace. First of all, you can't disturb nothing that you don't have. There's too many of y'all ain't got that's not peaceful in your heart. But what does that mean? Are we not disturbing peace because we are going away from or blocking negative energy? Are we going away from or blocking satanic or shaitani influences? Is this what we mean? Because that would actually be avoiding things and people that disturb your peace. Or is it what I suspect a lot of these women are out here talking about? The disturbance of their peace is bringing order to them. One moment, please. Excuse me for that. My allergies is kicking up. I do not like the quality of Midwestern air, but okay. At this point, disturbing the peace and all of that type of stuff is just a way to say, I don't want order being brought to me. Like, I don't want you presenting to me a system and order and a structure that makes me have to modify what I'm doing. This is why they say, well, you shouldn't compromise from nobody. Okay. Another thing I'm getting real tired of these chicks is acting like these sorts of statements are some rare, groundbreaking epiphanies, newfangled epiphanies that they are having that nobody else has had before them. Don't compromise for a man. Y'all been not doing that for 70 years. What's new about that information? What's new about that information? What's new about not doing nothing that a man want in a relationship? What's new about that? What's new about y'all wanting to be single in marriages? What's new about that? Tell me the news. Tell me the news. What's the new? What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new? What's new? I want to know what's new. I don't get it. Are we, and just have control in a relationship? You've been exercising that. How has that worked out for any of these chicks that's applauding that type of mindset? Most of you single. And don't be talking about, well, you single too, Crimson. Yeah, but you've been single all your life. And you my age. I haven't. I spent my adult life married. Single is recent to me. It's relatively a new situation for me. See, lionesses, we get picked early. They don't wait. See, cause we don't wait until we are old, shriveled up fruit before we come down to the lower part of the tree to get picked. We just come on down. See, lionesses we just come on down when we nice and firm pieces of fruit. You see what I'm saying? We just be like, hey, don't you want the firm peach? Yeah, I want the firm peach. I'll meet you halfway. I come down, but you got to come up a little bit. Sure. And you know what he gonna do? He gonna find a step ladder or something so he can come up there and get you. Because he think higher of you than to let you fall to the ground and get dirt on you, so he have to clean you and all that kind of stuff. He gonna go find a step ladder. He gonna find something. And trust, there is a big difference of never being chosen. This is not working out well. And young women, I need y'all to see that the older women is cap. Them coming out talking about how happy they are, cap. How fulfilled they are without a man, cap. How wonderful and peaceful their life is without a man, cap. All lies. Don't you believe it? It's lies. Lies, I tell you. They're lying. They're lying to you. Just like they hyping up Lori like she doing something great. This tell you we in the lost value system. Thank you, D. Said to hyena's widow isn't the same as being single. I'm gonna tell you this much. I'm going to tell you this lets you know we in the lost value system, because Lori Harvey is being hailed for getting ran through. See, And the crazy part is, these women will tell you she's going through these men. That is how masculine they think they are. That's how masculine they are. That they think they're running through men. Dating on my own terms means I'm out here hoeing. That's what that means. All of this little language that they got going on is all whore language. All whore language. Every time they talk, all you hear is this. That's all it is. It's just hyena whore language. That's it. That's it. That's all that you hear. That's all they saying. I'm out here. I'm dating on my own terms. That means I have no intent. I'm not trying to be a wife. I'm out here playing. This goes back to a show that I did about that woman talking about, oh, we give y'all our years, blah, 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 blah. And the guy that she was talking to was like, if you want to stop, if you don't have time to play, stop playing. Lori's going to be that woman. She going to be interviewed again in her 40s, not married or having settled with a relationship that she don't like. She going to be another K. Michelle. She going to be another K. Michelle doing interviews, talking to men about how she hate men and how men ain't nothing and men ain't never been good. She's going to be the same one that's talking about, I wish I would have known better when I was younger. And that's cap. For these last generation of women that's old enough to date, you in your late teens and your early 20s, it is now cap for you to say that you have not heard women and men give you and do as they say, put you up on game about how you supposed to be moving out here as a woman. What's acceptable and what's not acceptable as a woman. It is now cap. Because you got older women like me, you got younger women, you got middle of the road women, you got married women, you got them from all angles. I'm a widow. Danika's currently married. Shay Sharday is married. Chantel Simone is telling you what changes she had to make because she hit 30 and not married, even though she thought she would be at this time. So you're coming, you got a lot of women that's coming to you from different age ranges, different backgrounds, different circumstances that are all saying basically the same thing. You need to come away from that hyena mindset and get into your feminine mindset so that you don't end up like these old broads out here that ain't got no body. You even got that young Afro-Latina girl, Tay. She'll tell you in a minute, I'm working on coming from a masculine place to being a more feminine woman. It has been work. This is why I can tell you about how that goes and what mindset you be in, because I was just over there. And all of us are saying the same thing. It's not about us being some perfect goody two-shoes, but it's about us actually understanding, hey, certain things is not about to work. And we understood it early enough that we could be chosen and have marriages and have relationships. And this is what Lori doesn't understand. This whole interview, I'm going to go back to it. This whole interview is about her. We're going to go back because I got something else to talk about too.
That you wished you knew sooner. I ain't doing this with you. Chill.
You know. I think I even learned to become a...
Just for those of you who don't know, when black women start just kikiing with each other like that, that's on some girl, I done let these dudes run through me, and if I knew better than to have gone through this dude and that let this dude hit it, and I'm there laughing about the guys that they regret letting hit. That's what this is not a laughter of an epiphany of accountability that they're having. They're not having an accountability moment. They're having a moment where both of them are probably thinking of a story that they share with each other about the dudes that they let hit, that they regret letting hit. And it's like, girl, that's what the kikiing is about.
I'm a better communicator in this relationship. Like, I think I actually learned that about myself. I actually was a horrible communicator. Didn't know.
You think? You didn't know? Because I was the original who taught you about your communication, okay?
Okay, well, I just didn't realize it was that bad. But I learned. So that's something
your
I've
communication?
Actively been working on.
She's telling on herself. Now she's telling on herself. Now Lori's telling on herself. I'm a bad communicator. Teyona sat there and she said, you think I was the one that told you were a bad communicator? Well, I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. This is the same chick that just got through talking about how she not gonna compromise on her values and her standards and all of this type of stuff, and she a bad communicator. She don't even know how to speak and get her thoughts out. That's what bad communication is. Bad communication is when you don't communicate clearly, either because you don't articulate well enough, because you want some type of man to mind read, or you're going off completely off of nonverbals, or you know what I'm saying? You answer questions with questions. You don't really say what you're trying to say, and you like to talk in circles, and you like to be shady when you talk, and every conversation devolves into an argument because you got something slick that you trying to say. You trying to be cute and slick rather than like a grown woman say what it is. Could it be that you can't say what you want because you don't know what the heck you want? You don't know what you want to do. Could it be that you can't really say what you thinking because when a man steps to you and he's serious about you and he trying to ascertain whether or not you're serious, it's a hard thing to say, to fix your mouth, to tell him, well, I'm determined to be for the street. I know you want to wife me, but I'm a hoe, and I want to be a hoe out there. I want you to hang on and be my support in the background while I go hoe. You just sit here and wait for me when I'm done. And when I'm done doing that, letting these myriad of dudes run through me, when I'm done doing that, I'll come back and then me and you can make a relationship work. I imagine that's a difficult conversation to say. Thank you, Norrin. I would imagine that's not a conversation that would be easily had. So basically what you're telling me is that you wasn't grown enough to keep Michael. He was wanting to be your husband, and he was trying to see if you were a wife or make you into a wife, which actually technically shouldn't have been that hard for you to become, because you have every opportunity to be a lioness. So it shouldn't have been a whole lot for him to overcome to bring you into order. She just refused to be in order. That was the problem. She didn't want to be in no order at all. No matter how he brought it to her, no matter what he said to her, no matter how he tried to structure it or try to make it easy for her to swallow, easy to grasp, none of that. She just didn't want to do it. And that was the conversation that they ended up having to have. Something that he had to actually come to the conclusion, oh, she not a wife. She determined to be for the street. Okay. And, I'm just not ready. I'm young, still just trying to figure out what's going on. Them trying to figure out what's going on is code for I ain't done getting these dudes ran through me, okay? I'm not ready to settle with you because I still want to get screwed by these dudes. That's the other side of the cap coin. The other side of the cap coin is that these chicks will get older, not be married, and then blame it on the young men at their young ages that was so-called playing with them. And them men just didn't want to get married. You don't want to get married. As a woman, you don't want to do that. You're running into men that want to marry you. You just playing. That's all. You're playing. You're the player. You. Not all of these guys. You're the player. You run around all day playing. You jump in and out of these relationships. It's not that there's no man that you've ran into that wanted to take you serious. That is a lie. And the younger you are and the prettier you are, the more there was an opportunity for that to happen when you were younger versus as you got older. When you are in your 20s, when you are 21, 22, and the lionesses can attest, and the lions too. I need an amen this morning. If you are a young, pretty woman, or even a young, decent-looking woman, you ain't got to be fine. If you a young, decent-looking woman, you're 21, 22. Tell me a man 32, 33, 34 ain't trying to step. Please somebody lie and tell me these men ain't coming around. Because I experienced it. I experienced 18 years old, 19 years old. He 29. He 32. He coming around. Oh, you young. Oh, you ain't got no kids. Oh, you, come on. Come on. Come on, Cletus. Come on. I'm ready to take a wife. I want to take a wife. And once I understood that, it didn't take me long to get married. I was married at 20. I didn't tell my husband, my would-be husband at that time, oh, I just want to, find myself. Man, forget all of that. Man, forget all of that. Lock me down. Throw away the key. Because I don't want to be out here doing that stupid stuff. No way. Lock me down. And like I said before, lionesses get taken off the market early. Because that's what we know. When we run into that man and he checking them boxes and we like him, we attracted and all of that other type of stuff. And he running around here talking about, yeah, you young. You know what I'm saying? Come on, I'm ready to take a wife down. You cute too? Come on, girl. Lionesses, stand up. Lionesses, stand up. Did we or did we not? Was like, you want me? We was like, yeah, Yeah, me. I'm signing up. I'm signing up. I'm signing up. Thank you, Devon says shouldn't have taken MBJ to figure out. Shouldn't have taken to figure out Lori wasn't wife material. If he asked the right questions, he could have found that out in one conversation. Like I said before, this was Michael's issue. He wasn't being stupid. He was aware of her reputation. The thing that he was trying to do is, first of all, she's not old. So it's not like, oh, this is just an old 304. She been doing this. She used to it. Ain't no reason, ain't no way for me to be able to change that around. He was trying to get a woman that was young enough to be molded. And she is. Especially when he met her. She's young enough to be molded if she wanted to be. If I bring system, order, and structure to her, this is a woman that don't gotta be in the street. She don't. And I have more than enough SOS. I have more than enough wealth. I have more than enough to make this woman be in her feminine space. When I get her in her feminine space, I want to see what she really about. Do she got wife in her? Do she got wife in her? I'm going to pick up the stone. I see a gem inside of it, but can I get it out? Do I have the tool to get it out? Thank you, Marcus. Said the irony is I'm 39, and when I was in college, so-called God girls said that they trying to find myself mess. Now they're nearly 40, still single. Yeah. Let me go around her family. Michael wasn't being stupid. He was doing his due diligence. He simply did his due diligence. He checked her personal market value. He checked her belonging market value. He checked her friendship market value. He was already aware of her sexual market value to assess her marriage market value. And she failed. After a thorough examination, she failed. And he put her back. He did what he was supposed to do. I'll give her a thorough looking over. Not going to let one conversation or one aspect throw me off, because there's a such thing as the diamond in the rough. I was a diamond in the rough. Many lionesses are diamonds in the rough. That's the thing that I need people to understand. There are many lionesses that are diamonds in the rough. We don't just come pristine, because too many of us have actually been coming out of this hyena clan, lost value system, gynocracy stuff. So we had to get enough of that off of us so that a man could recognize us even as a diamond in the rough, to even come over there and spend enough energy and time to see if he could get enough of that diamond out of there to benefit him. We be diamonds in the rough. And it boils down to whether or not we want to be lionesses. We want to be wives. So when he start chipping away to reveal that diamond, we want to shine. Keep chipping. Keep chipping. The more you chip, the more I'm gonna glisten, because I want you to help me to get it off. Get me out of the rough and polish me as a diamond. I'll shine for you forever. I'll be valuable to you forever. Thank you again, Norin. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be valuable to you forever. If you are a lioness who was a diamond in the rough and your husband helped chip that coal off of you, put a D in the chat. Put a D for diamond. We was valuable enough that the men who came to lock us down, this is a diamond. This is a diamond right here. I got tools. I got tools. We gonna get this diamond out of here. Because that's the life of a lioness. That's our story. That's our story. Because that's what we supposed to be. See, all of this, I'm trying to find myself. Listen, let me tell y'all ladies something. Let me tell you something, young ladies. And I'm going to tell you this, and then we're going to start wrapping this up. There is no such thing as finding yourself without your man. Women don't do that. Men do that. Men find themselves, and they have to do so before they deal with women, because women serve as a distraction for men. Women work in the opposite manner. Thank you again, Child of Light says. PBL says you can't mold stale bread. No, you can't. Women work in the opposite. We need the guidance of men, either our father or our husband, to help us mold and figure out who we are and what we really are. Because it takes men to mold us. That's not a bad thing. Too many women think that's a bad thing. That's actually not a bad thing. It's his job to elevate you, because the thing that these modern women think is elevation, they think it's just money, but it's not. It's his job to elevate you internally. That's his job, to make you better, to upgrade you. That's money, but that's more than money too, because it's all 10. All 10. If a man is not touching, or in helping you to improve upon yourself, with more than 50% of this list, you probably with the wrong dude. Probably with the wrong dude. If you dealing with a man that's detracting from all 10 of them things, you probably with the wrong dude. And then you need to reevaluate yourself as to why you even with that dude. You find yourself when you get a husband. All of these women out here, I gotta find myself. They be 55 years old, still by themselves, talking about they working on themselves. Girl, if you ain't got what you needed to get out from under the hood by now, just close the hood and go on in the garage and sit down somewhere. Cause don't nobody driving you no more. Nobody's driving you anymore. Okay? Because it don't take that long to change out batteries and do an oil change. Girl, stop. That's a whole engine overhaul. As long as you've been working on yourself, we done overhauled the engine. We done got a new trans in there. Okay? We done redid the suspension system. We had some body work done. We had to go back over your exhaust system. We had to go back over your electrics. Girl, That's a whole rebuild. I can go get a new car. I can go get a new car for all that work. I'm still working on me. Girl, go in the garage and sit down. Because you ain't never going to get fixed. Just go sit down. Go eat your food. Okay? Because ain't nobody going to, put a new engine in you every 6 months. Your money pit. Bye. Anyway. Speaking of the money pit, thank you once again, Devon. So there's a woman on Kendra G, 55 years old, talking about she looking for a husband. That would be a good show. Speaking of money pit, Black Lives Matter has been a money pit for the black community. We have a petition that we have against them for being a money pit and a lie. $90 million plus that was acquired in 2020 and beyond did not come back to the families of victims, did not come back to the community at large. It went into the pockets of Patrisse Cullors and her co-founding cohorts and their family and friends. And we simply cannot just allow them to do that and not say anything. So if you want to be part of holding Black Lives Matter accountable, please go ahead and click the link for the petition. It's in the chat and it is also in the description box. Sign it, share it, and contribute to it if you can. Also, I want to thank all of my contributors today for their generous contributions. I want to thank you all through Cash App, through Super Chat, and through PayPal. And I'd like to thank my support team, without which wouldn't be able to bring you this content. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.